Thank you. Moving on to item 2.1, board member reports. Board members may have a discussion about conferences, visitations, legislation, special recognition, donations. I'm sure we all have reports, but please.
I was privileged to attend the Kofa High graduation, and I wanted to congratulate all of the graduates this year. It was such a blessing to be there. I loved the principal's speech, made me cry, and the valedictorian and salutatorian, they were just so spot on. The STUCO president, it was just a great ceremony. So I appreciate. Thank you for the invitation.
David?
Thank you, Hillary, for inviting me. I had a great time. Got to meet a lot of people I never met before, and also students and parents. And I really enjoyed it, and it was really, really nice being there. So thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I also attended the COFA graduation. Thank you for the invite. And also, it was great shaking close to 600 hands, standing there for 3.5 hours, or 3 hours almost. But it was fun. I liked that. The best part is how kids dress out that day. It was like, wow. So thank you for inviting.
Thank you. Board Chair, Board President, I was able to attend the Yuma High graduation, and it was a really special evening, and between the weather and the excitement in the air and all the families, you just really see the community coming together to celebrate. So I agree. It really sums up, the whole year to be able to celebrate and see all of those students walk the line, and just, with joy and the pictures and the excitement afterwards. And so thank you, Yuma High. It was a great experience, great graduation. I also want to give a shout out to the two executive directors that we have here from the Yuma County Mental Health Coalition and the Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition, and all the coalition members, all our SROs, all our community partners that really made grad night an incredible evening. The students had so much fun, and I was just blown away by just the heart and the spirit of the students. It made me, going from the graduation at Yuma High and then going over to the grad night and seeing them just having fun. They were doing the silent disco in the arcade room. Goldsboro's brought out all these donuts and created a tower, and it was neat to see all of them from not only our school district, but San Pasqual and Antelope and Yuma Catholic and Harvest Prep, all these students coming together, and they were just, so of course, I wouldn't expect any less, but respectful and grateful and thankful, and we just all had an amazing time. So even as adults, we thought, how are we going to stay up this late? But they were just our inspiration, and we had a great time. So thank you to the coalitions and to the community. It really took the whole community. They were excited to have grad night back, and sponsored. Mr. Bees did, the electric bike, and so many other sponsors. So we had a lot of great raffles and a fun, safe time. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I had the pleasure and privilege of being at Cibola High School's graduation. I have now been to almost all of our graduations, and it is my favorite event that we get to go to every year. I really enjoy how all the students walk the line, and the way that they are so proud of themselves, as they should be, and it makes us so proud to be a part of it. I specifically really appreciated how the last recipient with the Z name for the graduating class had such a unique send-off for his class when they flipped the tassel and the whole class got together and stood up, and it was so heartwarming. I really loved it. So thank you. And thank you so much to security, who made sure that everybody was safe and orderly, and it was great.
Can I add one more? I'm sorry, I forgot about Vista's graduate. I didn't forget. It was just a busy week of so many amazing accomplishments, and just watch all those graduates come. At Snyder Snyder Hall and to graduate from Vista, and that's always such a special graduation. And how many graduates? That would seem like there was so
61, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was 60-61 at Vista.
yes,
But it was amazing.
It was, and having it packed. I mean, we're looking. Do we have enough seating for all the families and everything there? So it was really special. So thank you. That was
Yeah,
was
thanks
excellent.
for mentioning that
Yeah.
for sure. Vista graduation was great. And I think we're all caught up. Thank you. Moving on to item 2.2, Superintendent's Report. Tim.
All right, thank you. This time of year, the June and July months, it's a little bit slower with involvement from the students because they're on vacation or they just graduated. We're really excited, though, to have Eric Patton, of course, but we're even more excited to have some students who are recipients of the Helios Scholarship. So I'm going to have Mr. Patton talk about that a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. Brienza, and good evening, governing board members and superintendents. My name is Eric Patton. I'm Chief Communications Officer, and it's my pleasure to talk about the 7th consecutive year that we have honored 6 students through the Helios Education Foundation with a scholarship worth up to $60,000 for their post-secondary education. First thing I wanted to do is show you where you can find out more information about the scholarship, and more specifically about the now 42 students who have received the benefit of this scholarship over the last 7 years. It began with the class of 2019 and has been awarded every year since. And it's part of a 10-year commitment that Helios had made, which ultimately amounts to almost $3.5 million worth of financial aid towards Yuma Union students. And it's an exclusive scholarship to Yuma Union students that's available to one senior, graduating senior, who has financial need at each one of our 6 schools that have seniors. So the first thing I want to show you is, if you wanted to learn more about it, wanted to see our amazing surprise videos that my team of Christian Magana and Leslie Avila have worked so hard to put together. You can access all of those over the last 7 years on our website. So if you just go to Welcome on the homepage, and you can do this on a mobile app as well. If you go to Helios RNY Scholarship, which is the bottom right when you scroll there, on the mobile site, if you click the plus sign, it's going to expand out and you'll see that option. So there you see a little description about Helios and about the scholarship itself, some of the things that I just mentioned are mentioned there. And if you scroll down, there's a little expansive, what's called an accordion on the website, so you can see each of the years. So this class of 2025 winners, the video for all 6 of the surprises is right there. And then as you scroll down, you see all 6 of the winners from the current year. And if you keep going, you're going to see all of the past years. So if you click it, it expands out, and it'll look the same with pictures of each individual as well as the video for each year. So I would encourage, if you're watching on YouTube or in the building tonight, to go check that out. I swear, I watched the 2019 one recently, and it still made me get teared up a little bit. And I have the good fortune of being there present when we give them the big check and the balloons to surprise them. So that makes it a little extra special. Each year that we've recognized the students in June, we've also invited Helios to come. This is the first time in a long time they haven't been able to make it. There was a scheduling conflict. And there were a couple of things that I told them we would do to pass along their appreciation for our students and Yuma Union as a whole. So the first thing we want to do is play a brief video just to tell everybody a little bit about what Helios is. It's about 45 seconds, and it's you're gonna hear from Paul Luna, the CEO of Helios.
We believe in community, investment, equity, and partnership. Here at Helios Education Foundation, we use these guiding principles to advance educational opportunity in Arizona and Florida. I'm Paul Luna, President and CEO of Helios. Since 2006, we've invested more than $350 million in partnerships and initiatives to improve third-grade reading, college-going, and post-secondary attainment in these 2 states. Through Helios's ongoing work to provide investments, data-driven research, and public policy insight, we're witnessing students' lives transform. But we're not stopping here. Let's continue to create a more equitable and secure future where all individuals have what they need to succeed.
So while Mr. Luna's video gives you a brief overview of Helios and their mission, it doesn't really personalize it to Yuma Union specifically. So he wrote a letter specifically for tonight that I'm sure he would have more eloquently said on the microphone if he were able to be here, but I told him and his staff at Helios that I'd read it. There is a copy of the letter in front of you as well if you wanted to follow along. So I will read that now, and then we get to do the fun part and meet a couple of the students who received the 2025 scholarship. So it says, "Dear Yuma Union High School District Governing Board members, on behalf of everyone at Helios Education Foundation, I'm honored to congratulate the 6 outstanding recipients of the Helios Ready Now Yuma Scholarship. This scholarship is our way of recognizing their hard work and determination. It also reflects our broader mission at Helios to increase post-secondary attainment for all students. Since 2019, we've been proud to partner with the Yuma Union High School District to award this scholarship. And this year, as Helios celebrates our 20th anniversary, we're taking time to reflect on the transformative impact of our work over the past 2 decades. As part of that celebration, we're highlighting stories from across the state, stories of students, programs, and initiatives that have changed lives. I'm excited to share that the Helios Ready Now Yuma Scholarship Program is one of the stories we plan to feature. We'll share how the scholarship program was created, spotlight student recipients, and showcase what they've gone on to accomplish. One powerful example is Isaac Navarrete, a 2022 graduate of Kofa High School who now attends Northern Arizona University. He's majoring in strategic communication and is already gaining real-world experience. He's currently doing a digital media summer internship with Senator Mark Kelly's office in Washington, D.C., and recently worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture as a public affairs specialist. His journey is just one example of how this scholarship helps open doors to higher education, civic engagement, and professional achievement. Congratulations again to this year's recipients. We're proud to support your journey, and we look forward to celebrating all that you will accomplish. Thank you, Paul J. Luna. So, 2 of those students who you saw briefly on the website and were referenced by Mr. Luna are in the audience today. So I'm going to bring them up in just a moment, but first I want to tell you who's not here. So Salma from Cibola, and Mr. Batista. Why am I blanking out on his name? Alejandro Batista from Vista, and Alexandra Cervantes from Gila Ridge. So I wanted to bring up Leonard Wallstrom from Yuma High School and Asia Ramos from Kofa High School, and I'm going to stop speaking and let them tell you guys in their own words what the scholarship will mean to them.
Good afternoon. My name is Asia Ramos, and I am the Helios Ready Now Yuma Scholarship recipient from Kofa High School. And I just wanted to say just like how truly life-changing it is to receive this scholarship. It's a blessing, and it's a huge weight off of my shoulders to be able to pursue college without with little to no worries, at least when it comes to finance, because it covers so much. And I was very stressed, wondering how, if I could pursue college full-time, any jobs I would have to take up, or even if I had to take out loans. And it's just, I'm really grateful that this is an opportunity for us, because it shows us that even if you are financially struggling, or you don't have to see it as a burden, and that there are ways around it if you are determined enough and you're willing to pursue it enough. So it was just very shocking, but very amazing, and I'm just super grateful and thankful for your guys' time and energy, and the advocacy that Yuma Union has for scholarship, and also Helios. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Good luck. Can't believe you're not crying.
Hello. I am Leonard Wallstrom. Microphone. Hello. I'm Leonard Wallstrom. I'm the recipient of this esteemed scholarship from Yuma High School. And I want to express my gratitude for this scholarship. I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm super grateful. It's going to keep me. It's going to help keep me out of debt in college, for which I am ever grateful. I think that what you guys do at Helios is absolutely fantastic for this community. So, thank you guys very much.
So we will wrap things up with that. Do you guys have any questions about anything that we talked about or anything like that?
Thank you for bringing this to us. Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And very wonderfully, we get to transition to our budget. Oh, you have one more?
Yeah, so along with my superintendent report,
Apologize.
no, that's okay. I want to take my time.
Oh, yes, please do.
No, there's that time of year where students are scarce, but we do have a lot of competitions going on in Atlanta in a couple weeks. I see Mr. Frost here. He's taking his team down to Atlanta again from COFA. So I know some of our board members will be traveling down there as well. We do have Mr. Patton and his team dropping year-end review recaps tomorrow on social media. So I'll be sending you guys a link for that so you can find it easy. But our social media will have year-end reviews from each campus, which is always a highlight. I do want to recognize that finally, well, no, that sounded rude. After over 2 decades of working diligently with Yuma Union High School District, Diane Cordery is retiring at the end of the month. I know I said finally kind of came out the wrong way. I do apologize. That's what Chat GPT told me to say, so I'm just, yeah, try again. So anyone that's worked with Diane over the years definitely will let you know that she has educated each and every person in school finance. And I feel that I earned a master's degree in school finance, which I really didn't. But at the end of the day, my work in that area greatly improved over my time as a leader, as a principal, associate superintendent, now superintendent. I do know that our new CFO, Neil Brown, has been trained under Diane and will do amazing work as well. I'm not choking up. It was some of the cupcake. But at the end of the day, though, Diane has been a friend to a lot of us. And because of her and her stewardship, Yuma Union High School District is a leader in the state in fiscal responsibility. That's why there's pennies on the cupcake and not dollars, because we have to watch every penny. But I do appreciate the work that you've done, Diane, and you will be missed. Probably calling you every now and then. But I do know that she does have a lot of plans in the future. But at the end of the day, we do have opportunities at ESI if you'd like to come sub in class from Diane. So thank you for your hard work, Diane. And that, Madam President, ends my report.
Thank you. I'm sorry to have rushed you. We couldn't miss that. Okay, let's move on to item 3.1, budget update, overview of the 24-25 internal budget. Ms. Brenda.
I know Diane is in this part of the board meeting. Someone enjoys it, right? Good evening, governing board members. My name is Brenda Higuera. I'm the Director of Finance. For this budget update is our internal budget review for the month. So this is expenditures as of June 2nd. And we still, just to remind you, we still have the month of June to close out our year. So you have in front of you the budget. The first page is our maintenance and operations, and you see our salaries, our fixed expenditures, as well as our school district budgets there. The second page is our maintenance and operation budget continued, and that is broken down by the different departments. Our budget, and I will remind you that we did a revision in May to capture just all of our budget capacity, and so this amount that you see is that new budget amount that we had for the 24-25 school year. It's the $115,199,088, and of that we have spent to date $68,864,412, so about 60%. Our next one is our capital outlay budget, and that is also broken down by the different departments in the school budgets. That amount was also updated to reflect the May revision. So our budget for the 24-25 fiscal year was $17,090,380. We have spent about 48%, $8,138,018. And then your last page is our monthly student activities fund report. So So the total ending cash balance was 748,120.44. At the bottom, you'll see our 24-25 revenues and our expenditures, and you'll see that for the year we actually spent more than what they were bringing in. So that's what we want to see, and so that's why there's a looks like there's a negative balance, but it's not really. So it's 38,836. So it's not really negative because they had the money. It's just we want them to spend their money. Do you have any questions?
Does anybody have questions before I ask my questions? My question is going back to the third page, I think. Nope, sorry. To the M&O page where governing board has gone over 100%. I was hoping you could just explain that for the record.
Yes, so your budget for the governing board, the budget amount is 225,000. The expenses were 257. That's why it says it's overspent at this point. Just so that you're aware what comes out of those is the biggest expenses that you have out of that budget other than your normal operation like travel and registration, those types of things, are legal fees. We also had election fees this year. That's not a reoccurring event. That was about $60,000. Legal fees was about 75. We also have some our auditing fees. So those are big expenses that come out of that budget.
Thank you. It's not that we're spending the money.
We're spending the money, but it's on
No,
things
I mean
that
the
the
5 of
district.
us.
Yes, are things that, like I said, it's district expenses and fees that we have to pay for that come out of the governing board budget.
Right. Okay, that was my question. Anybody else have a question? Thank you as always for your great explanation, Brenda. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving
That
on
concludes-
to, I'm sorry?
I said thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Moving on to item, let me get there. I apologize. 3.2, informational item, first read of trust policies. We have them listed in our board book. Tim, is there anything you want to add that we should know?
Not necessarily. Just know that Mr. Jankowski's not here today, so I was thinking having Diane answer all of these questions, and I was thinking, do I put it back to her? But no, I decided to answer them myself, and Derek or Diane, feel free to jump in. We do have several policy advisories that have come through for the trust, one being in line with the new state law limiting cell phone or technology usage throughout the day. That is also here in the first read, and for us, that also allows teachers maybe the opportunity to tell a student if they are using it when they're not supposed to, hey, state law says you can't use it, so you need to put it away. So it also arms them with the ability to enforce that. So you'll see that as the first read. If you have any questions, you can come back to that also.
Does anybody have a question on the policies? Okay, thank you so much, Tim, for explaining that. Moving on to item 4, call to the public. Any person wishing to, no, what?
Just real quick. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
I was like, did I miss
I
something?
know,
I
I
didn't.
know. Just know on the first read, I just wanted to point out to the public, though, that these are the trust policies that will take place effective July 1st. So I just wanted to make sure that I made that distinction, so I apologize.
Okay, and then following up with that, it's okay that we do the second read after July 1st?
Yes, absolutely, because
Okay.
they'll be effective the date of the board
Okay.
approving that. So
Okay.
sorry about the interruption. I apologize.
Oh, that's fine. Going back to item 4, call to the public. Any person wishing to speak may present the information at this time only. All presentations are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 15 minutes on each subject. Before you begin to speak, please identify yourself by clearly stating for the record your name. Comments by members of the governing board in response to any public comment will be limited to asking staff to review the matter or requesting rescheduling of the matter for further consideration at a later date. I do have one form. If anybody else would like to bring one up, please do, but it's Miss Cynthia Hummer, please.
Good evening. So my name is Cynthia Hummer. Hate talking in public, so this will be awesome. I have a child who is coming into COFA this year as a freshman, And I just wanted to get up and speak because we are taking advantage of the ESA, the Empowerment Scholarship Account, for my child because of his IEP status and our ability to diversify his education. Now, part of Yuma Union High School, your mission is to make sure that our kids are community ready too. And so part of the importance for me is that my son's able to participate in the community here at COFA. He's very interested in taking percussion classes, and he's also interested in participating in sports. And I know that those are action items on your agenda for the fees and stuff later, but I just wanted to stress how important it is to me that he's able to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to do call to the public? Okay, thank you so much. Moving on to item 5, consent items. Adoption of items of routine nature and those that normally do not require deliberations on the part of the governing board. A board member may pull items which will be discussed and voted on separately. There is nothing to pull that I am aware of. Is there a motion, please?
I make a motion to accept the consent agenda stated.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Christie. Is there any discussion? Okay, then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item 6.0. Oh my goodness, give me 1 second. 6.1, consideration to accept donations. I will read them into the record. To Cibola High School, the Black and Gold Kickoff Club donated Nike football uniforms to the Cibola High School football team. The estimated cost of this donation is $27,855.36. West Mac Northwest Campus donated 4 stationary facial beds to the Cibola High School CTE aesthetics program. Facial beds, I apologize. The estimated cost of this donation is $400. Donors Choose donated seating, a soothing sound machine, and classroom items to the Cibola High School social workers to be used to support any student in need. The estimated cost of this donation is $1,081.29. To Gila Ridge High School, Kathy Hoover donated 4 adjustable height standing desk converters to the Gila Ridge High School. The estimated cost of this donation is $378.36. Brad Buchanan donated fertilizer to the Gila Ridge High School athletics to be used for their practice and game fields. The estimated cost of this donation is $3,000. Lady Hawks Booster Club donated 33 Rocks volleyball jerseys, 4 sports LTD poles, and 3 nets with cranks to the Gila Ridge High School volleyball program. The estimated cost of this donation is $13,700. To Kofa High School, E-Team Sponsor Inc. donated $555.73 to the Kofa High School baseball program to be used for travel, equipment, entry fees, and any other expenses for the team. Liberty Motorsports donated $2,000 to the Kofa High School MCJR OTC to be used for travel, fuel, baggage fees, hotel and rental vehicles for CMP Air Rifle Nationals and other travel competitions. Joy Kibbe donated office equipment to the Kofa High School CTE office. The estimated cost of this donation is $450. Pilkington Construction Company donated $2,500 to the Kofa High School MCJR OTC to be used for travel, baggage fees, and rental vehicles for CMP Air Rifle Nationals. Connie Sharp donated gift cards to Kofa High School to be used toward the Tour the Kingdom passport event for all teachers who completed the event. The estimated cost of this donation is $125. American Legion Riders donated $500 to the Kofa High School MCJR OTC to be used for travel, fuel, baggage fees, hotel, and rental vehicles. To San Luis High School, Southwest Off-Road Series donated $1,000 to the San Luis High School Counseling Department to be used for senior awards night expenses. To Somerton High School, Naquin Precision Earth Moving donated services to prepare and level the athletic practice field to the Somerton High School athletics program. The estimated cost of this donation is $5,000. To Yuma High School, All American Publishing donated 100 shirts to Yuma High School to be given away at various school activities, including but not limited to athletic games, pep rallies, and lunch activities. The estimated cost of this donation is $500. To Yuma Union High School District Number 70, the School Nutrition Foundation donated an InnoSeal setup kit to the Yuma Union High School District Student Nutrition Department to be used for supper or sack lunches. The estimated cost of this donation is $225. Dairy Council of Arizona donated milk crate bags, smoothie holders, immersion blender to Yuma Union High School District Student Nutrition Department. The estimated cost of this donation is $5,000. Corey Semler, Mr. and Mrs. Buckley, Mike Sharp, and Derek Bosch donated $200 each to the Yuma Union High School District Teaching and Learning Team to be used to provide breakfast for new teacher orientation. Bibby and Jeff Frazine donated $300 to the Yuma Union High School District Teaching and Learning Team to be used to provide breakfast for 2 days of new teacher orientation. American Tower Corporation, Von Verde Partners donated $12,601.17 to Yuma Union High School District to be used as needed. The total donations this month is $77,957.83, and the total year-to-date donations is $485,349.43. Is there a recommendation? A motion.
I move that we accept the donations as Mrs. Kravitz read.
Motion made by Christy, seconded by Carlos to accept the donations as listed and read. Any discussion? Yeah, thank you very much. All those in favor, let's proceed to vote. Please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Action item 6.2, consideration to approve the revised facilities. The recommendation is that the governing board approve the revised facilities rental fees for the 2025-2026 school year. Tim?
You know what, Diane? I'm going to let you take this one.
Gee, thanks. This represents, every year we reflect back on our facility rental fees to make sure that they're in line with everything in the community and that we're meeting costs. And I'm happy to report we're finally getting back in the black. We had a rough spell there for a little while. If you remember, a few years back, we had to raise rates in order to be able to meet our costs, and so we've gotten there. So this action item actually reflects a very modest 5% increase on some of our wages because we did give raises starting July 1st, so this will help cover those costs.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Wait,
We didn't take a
need
motion. I move that we approve the revised facilities rental fees for the 2025-2026 school year.
Second.
I apologize. Motion made by myself, seconded by Carlos. Now let's proceed to vote. I apologize. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thankfully, the motion carries. Okay, that was a boo-boo. Item 6.3, consideration to increase the ESA athletic participation fee. We had some information in our book. Is there anything else to add? Please.
Yeah, thank you. One thing regarding our participation fees, there was a bill in the state legislature that was potentially requiring districts to allow private school students and ESA students to participate at their pro rata share, which I had Mr. Jankowski go back, work with our athletic directors, our assistant principals in charge of athletics, to see what that would be. Last year was the first year, which is the 24-25, where we did have ESA students participating, which we did for $300. But when we include the athletic stipends, which is nearly $1 million, that actually increases the cost per student all across the district to about $650 for participation in sports. We just passed an increase, the board did, for students enrolled in YUHSD, but this would with this recommendation, this would make it so ESA students who we do not receive state funds from would be paying their pro rata share, not anything more, to participate in sports.
Does anybody have a question? I have one question. Athletic stipends, what is that?
Paying our coaches.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the stipends that go to our coaches, it's actually just under $1 million, $958,000 we spend as a district. So if we divide that across the sports, eventually it equals roughly about $650 per student.
Okay.
And that was not included last year when we came up with the number of 300.
Right. Okay, thank you.
So when you say sports, does that include other extracurricular band, that kind of thing? Or
No,
just sports?
that's just AIA sponsored activities,
Okay.
which is sports.
I'd like to move that we, the governing board, approve the Empowerment Scholarship Account, AIA Athletic Participation Fee.
Motion made by Shelley, thank you. Seconded by Christy. Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Okay, item 6.4, approval for the 2025-2026 student fee schedule. I think we had some talk about this just before. Is there anything else you want to share?
This fee schedule just reflects the updated fees that have been approved by the governing board. Athletic participation, in this case ESA participation, and it also has the ID fee that was increased as well. So this authorizes us to actually charge it, and it's a nice one-pager for our families to have as well.
Okay, good. Are there any questions? Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the 2025-2026 student fee schedule.
Motion made by Carlos. I will second. Seconded by myself. Any discussion? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Action item 6.5, discussion and possible action regarding gender-specific restrooms and locker rooms. David, you requested this. I'll yield the floor to you.
Yes, I did. We discussed this when we had the Biden administration. We have a different administration now, so the Title IX has been reversed, and I think it's time for a bathroom policy. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
I do.
Yes.
Please.
Mr. Lara, with all due respect, this is the second time that you bring the same issue about adopting a policy that provides guidance and restroom and locker room access and usage. As a reference, on March 9th, we all signed a resolution on compliance with Title IX that stated that the governing board was going to send a formal letter to the Arizona members of Congress with a request for a uniform Title IX law on bathroom and locker room access based on biological sex. That we as a Yuma Union High School District were going to establish clarity and consistency in Title IX enforcement, that the Yuma Union High School District will respect and follow all Title IX laws codified by federal law, that Yuma Union High School District will continue to serve as an educational hub for its community and will continue to respect Title IX as it was intended, and last, that Yuma Union High School District will continue to respect the dignity of every person it serves as required by other state and federal laws. Now, yesterday, our legal sent us a letter with the most recent update on legal implications for transgender restroom and locker room use, and it states, quote, although schools may create policies that require students to use a bathroom locker room alignment with their biological sex, there is a legal risk to create such policies, and we do not recommend that you do so.
Carlos.
We, meaning legal, historically, courts including the Ninth
Excuse me,
Circuit.
Mr. Gonzalez, that's a privileged communication. So if you're referring to the email from yesterday, that's not supposed to be read into the record. So whatever you have to
Okay,
say is
I got
great.
you.
Yeah.
So, my last question to you, Mr. Lara, what are you bringing to the table to make me aware that we as a governing board are not in compliance with the use of the bathroom and locker room access based on biological sex, when as far as I know, there's only been one case in the Yuma Union High School District, and that was because of the teacher negligence.
I'm just bringing clarity to this issue. So if District 1 is already doing it, I don't see why we can't. So I'm just going to make it really easy. Keep it short. I'm not going to make a motion. I will second a motion. I will let any other board member make a motion. I will second it.
Okay, well, I think we need to have a little time just to discuss
Okay.
first.
I'm wide open.
Okay. Chrissy?
I'm nervous, so please forgive me. I want to be absolutely clear. I am 100% committed to protecting our students and ensuring their safety in our schools. That said, I believe the most responsible approach is to table this discussion tonight. Other Arizona districts have already hired outside legal counsel and are currently developing their bathroom policy. I would recommend that we let them invest their resources in working through legal complexities and implementation challenges first. Once we see how their policies perform and what issues arise, we can then adopt the most effective elements without spending our resources on expensive legal fees and potential missteps. This isn't about delaying protection for our kids. It's about being smart stewards of public funds while ensuring we get the strongest, most defensible policy possible.
Thank you. Shelley, do you have anything to add? Okay, I'm just going to add one thing. David, you and I have had these conversations for years.
Correct.
And I feel that the whole resolution that I read a few months ago that we all signed to our legislators should have covered this. In my mind, it should have covered it, because we told the legislators that represent our district to please take care of this problem because it's a legal thing. And we will follow the law. And in my mind also, the law says, with the executive order for Title IX, it says very specifically, there are two sexes and you need to use the bathroom of your biological birth, I think it says. I don't feel like we need a policy on top of that because there's the law. We don't have a policy that says that people can't molest each other in our property, students or something. We don't have that policy, but it's the law. You can't do that.
Madam Chair, can I just want to make sure right now that as we're having this discussion, I don't know if we have legal counsel on the phone, if we're like in line of the discussions or we need a motion. I just want to make sure we're following protocol within the discussions.
Well, we're able to discuss right now, and then if we wanted to request legal counsel, they're ready and we could go into.
But do we have to have a motion on the table to go into discussion? It's just my point of clarification.
I think the point of clarification, working with our legal counsel in constructing this, we could have discussion first, and then if there's a motion, there could be more discussion, and a second, there'd be more discussion, and if we needed to go into executive session.
Thank you.
That is also on the agenda as well, so
Thank you.
legally we could, but thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This has been a request by parents, and I'm just keeping my promise. So, if you want to wait for legal counsel, I'm wide open.
So
Other districts are doing it, so if you want to wait until they finish.
I would like to move that we go into an executive session to consult legal counsel.
is there a second? Okay. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Christy to go into executive session to get legal counsel on this matter. Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are now going to go into executive session. Okay, so we're back in regular session. Is there a motion to continue with discussion for board agenda action item 6.5?
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously. So we're back here discussing things, and I wanted to, I got a chance to like think about what I was saying before. I wanted to just make a point that I feel that it's more conservative to wait. I do not feel that it's fiscally responsible for us to be a trailblazer in this regard. And I also feel like we already abide by all of the laws in our policies anyway. So that's how I feel. So I just wanted to end with how I feel. Is there anybody else that wants to discuss anything? Is there any action item that needs to be discussed? Okay. Well, then we're going to move on to item 6.7. Yeah, 6.7, sorry. Consideration to approve IGA with City of San Luis through the San Luis Police Department. Rob is not here. We had the IGA given to us in our board book. Is there any conversation that we need to have right now?
I just want to point out that it's a renewal, updated renewal of the IGA to have a school resource officer on the San Luis campus. We have these with Yuma and Somerton police departments as well, so this is just a renewal to have a SRO.
Okay. Any questions? No. Is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the intergovernmental agreement by and between the City of San Luis through the San Luis Police Department and Yuma Union High School District number 70.
I second.
Thank you. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Christy. Any discussion? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 6.8, IGA renewal of IGA for network services with Sun Corridor Network. Is there anything we need to know? It was in our book. Are we good?
I move that we approve the intergovernmental agreement with Sun Corridor Network.
I second. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by myself. There's any discussion? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Action item 6.9, consideration to approve the partnership IGA for the Avid Tutors. Again, we had stuff in our book. Is there anything we need to know that wasn't in the book? No. Okay, good. Are there any questions, comments?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the intergovernmental agreement.
Motion made,
Second.
motion made by Shelley, seconded by Christy. Let's have a discussion. Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Action item 6.10. Consideration to approve changes in substitute pay for the 2025-2026 school year. We had stuff in our book. Does anybody have any questions for Bobby, who's stepping up to the podium? Okay, then I'll entertain a motion. Thank you, Bobby.
I move that the governing board approve the revised substitute pay for the 2025-2026 school year.
Second.
Motion made by Christy, seconded by Shelley. All those let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Action item 6.11, consideration to approve the Somerton partial termination and release of ditch easement. This was in our book as well with maps and all that lovely stuff. Is there anything we need to know?
Diane, would you like to share anything?
I knew he was going to tell you.
This, in speaking with our attorney and all the parties involved, this could potentially be more costly to us than the benefits far outweigh the cost of it. So this is something that we should do. We do not want to provide water, irrigation water, through the middle of our campus. So this, if we could waive this, it would be in our benefit for sure.
Any questions?
Is that gonna
I'm-
be,
Oh, sorry, I was used to
is
having
that
the
gonna be for the
discussion.
future pond to irrigate? What is,
This is actually going from Jefferson Street down to Main Street through our campus on that side of the property.
okay,
So the pond would be,
on the west side?
yes, yes.
Okay.
You know, I have to point. But yes, it will go through there. So there is an easement that goes there as well that we will need to address at a later date probably, but, or someone will. But this just takes care of the one that goes through our campus at the moment.
And there would not be a benefit for us in keeping it at all. It would just be costly.
No, it would have to, it would mean we would actually have an irrigation ditch that
Right.
goes through our campus, through the middle of it, and I can't even imagine what that would look like.
Right.
So
Okay.
no, that's not to our benefit.
Yeah, okay. Then I move that we, the governing board, approve the partial termination and release of ditch easement.
Second.
Motion made by myself, seconded by Christy. Is there any more conversation? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 6.12, approving the proposed school district budget for 2025-2026. I think we do have some papers, right, Brenda?
Yes. You should
Okay.
have that in front of you. So this is our 25-26 proposed school budget. I do want to just start off by saying that the legislature does not have a budget yet. We do not have actual the new budget forms yet, so this is preliminary budget forms, preliminary numbers. We have to propose it, and then it'll go to you for adoption next month in July. And then once we get our budget and we get new forms, then we will have to do a revision probably in September. So just want to start by prefacing with that. What we're seeing now is not, we'll see changes throughout the year. Okay, the first page, yes.
Go ahead, I'm so sorry.
Do you have a question before?
No, I'll wait.
Okay. The first page is our cover page. You'll see our tax rates. We've used prior year tax rates, and then we'll update those once we have them. You'll also see our average teacher salary on there. We are estimated about a 3% increase. Do want to point out that we do not include our classroom site fund payments and our instructional improvement payments in our average teacher salary. And for this school year, it was $24,300 for our classroom site fund and $800 in instruction improvements. So just want to make sure that I note that it's not those payments are not included in how we calculated the salary.
Nice.
The next page is our maintenance and operation budget. So for the budget that we have for the new school year, it's $104,621,240. That is a decrease from our current $115 million. Again, this does not include any changes, and we don't have a budget, so this is still based on preliminary numbers. So we'll probably see a revision in those numbers.
So the reduction, is that due to like lower student enrollment?
So we don't account for student growth. It's based on our last year ADM. And then if we have any more carryover, sometimes that we'll see that in the revision as well.
Okay, thank you.
The next page is our special education program funding, as well as our audit expenses. So you'll see that there. The page after that is our classroom site fund budget. So for 26, they actually did increase that amount to $842 per student. It's per weighted count. They increased that $50 from this school year. So our budget for what we're estimating for the new school year would be $13,641,009. The next page is our capital, unrestricted capital outlay. So that you'll see is also showing a decrease. Again, this is preliminary numbers. You'll probably see if we have more carryover after the, we still are in the current school year, so that hasn't closed yet, and then any budget updates that we would have. So what we have for the proposal is 11,032,089 would be our capital budget. The page after that is our other funds. That includes just a further breakdown of our capital and also anything we have budgeted for adjacent ways. I believe we're on page 6 now. Page 6 has you'll see 2 columns there. The column on the left is our grants, and you'll see those are about 10 million. What we're budgeting now, that also that could change. It does not include any carryover that we may have in our grants from this year. And then on the right is our other funds, and those are cash. What's the word? Cash accounts. I was like, why did I lose that word? I'm sorry. And so that's on the right side column.
And the reduction in the grant money, you think that's like ESSER fund stuff still?
We do not have ESSER funds this year.
The reason you see reductions in most of these accounts is because of carryover, and barring something very catastrophic in the next month, you'll see significant, like you did this year, you'll see significant increases as we basically say no carryover when we do the proposed, just so you can see this is how much new money we're getting for the year. And then when we do carryover, that's one-time money that will be added, and that happens with grants as well as our capital as well as our maintenance and operation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cordery. I will miss.
I know.
I will miss having her to help me out.
Brenda, you got it. You got it, Brenda.
You don't need me.
Page 7 and 8 are our calculation sheets. 7 is for our M&O budget and where we calculate where we get those numbers from. Page 8 is for our capital budget, and then the next 2 pages after that are summary pages, and basically just summarizes everything that we just went over in the budget. And then the very last page is our fund balance sheet, and that is something that is new. It's a new requirement by the state, is to show kind of what we're estimating our total different fund balances to be, and if we have carryover in those amounts, what we're planning either to use it in this current year, or if we're planning to use that in future years after that. Any questions?
Thank you, Brenda, very much. Thanks,
Thank
Diane.
you.
So the recommendation is that we approve the proposed school district budget for 2025-26. Is there a motion? Seconder?
You have to make the motion, sorry. You can't do so moved. You have to say, I believe, sorry. Yeah, you have to make the,
She read it. I didn't have to do that, so
yeah,
I'm sorry.
no worries.
I apologize, so I've got to scroll back up because I lost my place. Go ahead, somebody, make one.
I move that we approve the proposed school district budget for 2025-2026.
I second it.
Thank you. Motion made and seconded. Any comments, questions? Then let's, yeah, thank you very much. Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 6.13, call for executive session, discussion or consideration of records exempt by law from public inspection. Is there a motion, please? Motion made by Christy, seconded by Carlos. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We're going back into executive session. Item 7, well, there is no future agenda item.
I think we need to at least offer the opportunity for future agenda items.
Yes,
I
thank
left
you.
that off. I apologize.
Okay, does anybody have a future agenda item? Okay, then we can move on to item 7.1, next meeting of the board. Our regular meeting is Wednesday, July 9th, 2025 at 5:15 here. And then we have a telephonic board meeting, a special meeting on Wednesday, July 23rd at noon. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Can I add something real quick? There
May.
will be a public hearing at 5 o'clock on July 9th
Oh, there will
for
be?
budget.
Oh,
It
public
just
hearing.
came through to actually yesterday after we posted it. So there will be a public hearing, and I'll give you reminders later. So
Okay. Okay, I move that we adjourn. Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Have a great night.